Can we start? என்னோட ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் ஆகுதுங்களா? பேசுறது கேக்குதா?
குட் மார்னிங் மேம். நம்பிராஜன் here.
கேக்குதுங்களா பேசுறது?
மேடம் உங்க இது கேக்குது மேம். நம்பிராஜன் பேர்.
ஓகே ஓகே நம்பிராஜன். ஓகே ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம். ஹலோ எவ்ரிவன், ரொம்ப நாளுக்கு அப்புறம் இப்போ உங்களை சந்திக்கிறேன், ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சி. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பார்க்க போற டாபிக் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா டிசீஸ் அண்ட் பெஸ்ட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் ஃபார் ஹோம் கார்டனிங். ஸோ ஐ திங்க் ஆல் can understand Tamil. If not, kindly inform me so that I can make it in English. Okay. So in the disease and pest management for home gardening வந்து ஒரு important topic to consider. ஏன்னா வந்து ஹாபியா வந்து எத்தனை பேர்னாலும் வந்து நம்ம வந்து கார்டன் வளர்க்க முடியும். பட் அந்த டிசீஸ் அண்ட் பெஸ்ட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் வரும்போது கொஞ்சம் வந்து நமக்கு இருந்தாதான் வந்து நம்ம அதை வந்து பண்ண முடியும். சரிங்களா? ஸோ அதனாலதான் ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு பெப் டாக் தான் இன்னைக்கு கொடுக்குறோம். அண்ட் இந்த லெக்சர் வந்து நான் ஒரு ஜஸ்ட் வந்து இந்த ஃபினான்ஷியல் இயர் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்றேன். ஸோ வந்து ஐ வாண்ட் டு ஸ்டார்ட் வித் திஸ் லெக்சருங்கிறனால ஐ எம் ஷேரிங் திஸ் லெக்சர் வித் யூ ஆல். ஸோ இப்போ நம்ம டாபிக் உள்ள போகலாம். Normally when you are considering the types of home gardening, okay, some people will be having interest on home decor gardening. Some will have on kitchen related plant products they want to grow. So these type of gardens, they will have interest on kitchen type of plants or medicinal plants, or some will go with only aesthetic sense and some will go with only flowering plants. So these all depend upon the interest of the individual in the house. That also make a sense there. If son or daughter are there, they may like the indoor plant, but the lady in the house may like the fruits and vegetables. So the home garden should satisfy all these things, and accordingly we have to plant it. So in any way, a home garden, we will be having a mixture of plants. In that sense, in all home garden, they won't grow one single plant. Only we are going with various type of plants. That is the only thumb rule in the home garden. So it may be of decorative purpose, it may be of utility purpose. So when you come into the pest and management, here we can't see as a particular plant, or we cannot rely only on the treatment of a particular plant. But in the field, when we are going for tomato cultivation alone, we can think it in the sense only we can go for the management of pest and disease of tomato. But as far as home gardening is concerned, we have to see in a wholesome way, because we are going with mixture of varieties of plants. So that is the major difference between the home gardening and the field level cultivation. In the pest and disease management, when we are approaching a garden in the eye of pest and disease management, we have to take care of all these points. Okay, first we have to be very clever and clear in selecting the planting material. So the planting material has to be selected in a disease free zone. That is the most important point we have to consider. We can take some time and we can go in search of the planting material for 1 or 2 days, but get the good planting materials. If it is seed, it should be a good quality and it should be truthfully labeled seeds. Sometimes you will be getting from the friends and also from some organic seeds, and all you will be getting with the fellow horticulturists or like that. At that time, you just have a small seed treatment. Okay, seed treatment always you just take a cup of water and you put the seeds in it and throw away the floated seeds first. Then you just drain the water and shade dry it, and shade dried seeds have to be treated with either with ash. Ash சாம்பல் பொடி இருக்குல்ல அதை வச்சும் நம்ம வந்து ட்ரீட் பண்ணலாம், or else you can go with trichoderma viridi or pseudomonas fluorescens. These two bio microbial things you can use as um, disease management measures. So you can mix the seeds with that and shade dry it, and you can sow it. As far as if you are going for any cuttings, you can get a cutting from the nearby house and you can plant it. So there two things you have to take in mind. One thing, you have to always give a slant cut just beneath the node of one of the nodes of the cutting. One thing. Second, you dip it in the tender coconut water, and then dip it in the charcoal solution. Okay, கறி இருக்குல்ல அடுப்பு கறி அந்த சொல்யூஷன்ல ஒரு டிப் பண்ணிட்டு, or if you are not able to get the charcoal, you can take cinnamon sticks, பட்டைன்னு சொல்லுவோம் தமிழ்ல. So that cinnamon sticks you can take it and you can make a decoction out of it. With that, in that also you can dip it and plant it. So when you are going to plant a stem cutting in such a way, 75% of the root related disease will be completely we can manage this thing. Always we can manage only, we can manage pest and diseases, but we can't control it. That also we have to have in mind. So source of planting material, buy disease free planting material. If not, if you are going to make your own planting material, take some precautionary measure in the as a seed treatment and planting material treatment. Okay, then the most important thing is season. So season bound diseases and pests are inevitable. It will come and go, as how we are getting cold in one season, and in the hot season we will be getting some heat related diseases like that. Plants will also get disease and pest according to the season. So you have to have a little vigilant eye on that, and you should have some knowledge on that also. So in which season, moisture season, it is a poultry mildew time, mildews will be there. Heat, when the season is very hot, we will be having the white fly. Henceforth, you will be getting the yellow wine mosaic virus in vegetables. So wherever white fly is the vector, in the warm season, or sorry, in the hot season, you will be getting diseases related to it. So sorry, pest related to it. So like this, you have to make it a table, and accordingly you have to take the precautionary measure. And another thing, wherever you are having your garden, that should be also disease free environment. We have to maintain the hygienic and sanitation measures. You have to take it in mostly you can go with a non-chemical way, but that place should be clean and it should be in a good hygienic condition. Then the fourth important point is the spacing. Actually, what normally the people who are interested in home gardening used to do is, they will go with the closer placing of the plants, even if it is in pots, or even in even if you are putting in pots or in soil. Yeah, as home is a space where we will be having a limited space, no? So the people tend to go with very closer planting, but better avoid the closer planting. At least you have to give 2 feet spacing for any flowering shrubs, and 30 to 45 centimeters for any vegetables. And for potted plants, you have to give a spacing of surely 1 feet. Minimum, whatever I'm telling is minimum we have to give all these things. Apart from that, you can take your own decisions. Then after watering, then fertilizer application, and pruning, and weeding out, all these operation has to be done in a disease free environment. Then moreover, always prevention is better than cure. So to have this in kindly have this in mind. And once in 15 days, kindly go with the prophylactic measures, like small tips we are having. Homemade pesticides we can spray, or a neem oil spray can be of helpful. Like that you can make it. Then management, when it is going little higher, the incidence is, if the incident is going little higher, then we have to think of the management measures. So one of the generalized idea I can tell you that if you are going for raised beds like this, okay, even in the terrace also we can go with some worry like that thing, and we can have, or even in the on the soil you can have go with the like this raised beds. If you are going with this raised beds, we will be free. The plants will be mainly free of root related diseases. That is the most important thing. Root related disease and pest will be managed when we are able to go in the raised bed. It will be there, but the management is reasonably easy when compared to the flat bed cultivation. So in the home garden, even in the terrace, you can go with structures like this. But there in the terrace, when you are going in the terrace, you have to be very careful in filling up this with lightweight media. But in when you are going on the above the soil, on the ground level, you can go with some heavy weight soil. That's nothing wrong with that. But when you are going in the terrace garden, you have to go with the lightweight soil. That is the only important point. But these raised beds are easy to maintain and easy to handle and easy to walk through. And for aftercare also, these type of raised bed infrastructure for growing plants will be of much help in the later stages of the growth of the plant. But only it's actually it's a long-term investment, but one-time investment. Okay, so in terrace we can go with like these type of what we are these slabs we will be using in when digging our well, and we will be placing this. So these things you can make use of it. Or else you can make use of the plants, or you can build a container garden infrastructure on the terrace, and you can make use of it. But two things: lightweight soil media has to be used, and also proper drainage and waterproofing has to be taken care of. Then the other one thing to manage the disease and pest, we can follow the subsurface irrigation system. Actually, in this second picture, you can see it. It is a PVC tube. We'll be having small holes on that thing, and we can have a cotton or this thing coir plate, or we can fill the tube with that thing, and we can water on the in the tube. Okay, water in the tube, and we can close it with the cap. Now here you are seeing us two, and we can even go for 4 such things. So these type of watering will always it will maintain a level of optimum moisture, and the plant will get the sufficient amount of water. And here efficient usage of water is also taken care. And if it is a lot of moisture is produced in here also, it will also invite pest and disease. So since the upper layer of the top layer of the soil is little dry, the pest and disease incidence may be less. So that is one of the reason for going for subsurface irrigation system. Then the other important thing is disease-free media. So it will also solve our 50% of the problem, both for maintaining a healthy plant. Also, this disease-free media will be helpful, and at the same time, this disease and pest management also, this media will be very helpful. So the simplest thing is drying out the media on the terrace for some 3 to 4 days under the sun. These will help to eradicate most of the eggs present in the soil media or whatever media we are going to use. Then after that, we can make use of the media. So if you want to use it in an urgent way, then we have to dry it using a frying pan and make it cool, and we can make use of that. So for home gardening, these two practices are enough to sanitize, sterilize the media. Then when you are doing potting and repotting also, you have to properly clean and use the pots, and proper drainage systems has to be adopted. And in the lower part of the pots, always you fill it with plain river sand, plain coarse river sand, which enables good drainage. Then mostly use tools to pot and repot, and make the and that area should be of free of disease. That also we have to take care. Watering, as earlier said, that is the for pot watering, and this is for field watering. So if you are having a little bigger area, you can make use of drip if possible. And one thing always maintain in the mind, optimum moisture maintenance is the most important thing for the home gardening. Over watering is also not good for the plant, and less water is also not good for the plant. But even less water is not that bad as overwatering. That always you have in mind when you are growing horticulture plants, flowers, fruits, and vegetables. Overwatering is more toxic than less watering. Less watering will give you at least a symptom called wilt, dry ஆகும். So அந்த ஒரு wilting point, temporary wilting point வரும்போது one or two plants in the mixture of the plants will be very susceptible for less watering. So அது உடனே வாடும். அந்த wilting stage, it will reach the temporary wilting point in a very minimum period. So that will be the indicator plant, okay, I have to water. So always water the plant after seeing that an inch of the soil should be dry. After that only you have to go for the next watering. So if you maintain this watering technique like this, it will also manage to some extent the disease and pest incidents. These are till now we are talking about the avoidance of pest and disease to the possible extent. So homemade nutrients, because before going for the what are the pest and disease measures, we have to give importance to the application of nutrients as far as from the view of the home garden plants. Okay, so even if we are able to maintain the plant healthy, or some 25 to 30% of the pest and disease problem can be managed easily. The plant itself can manage on its own if it is healthy. Natural immunity will be there for the plant. So from home gardening perspective, we can see we can use of cereals and pulses cleaning water. With that, you can add a pinch of turmeric. Then fish and meat cleaning water. Along with this also, you can add a pinch of turmeric. Then rice kanji. This rice kanji can be used as a nutrient, and also for management of mealy bugs also, we can dilute it in a 1:10 ratio, and we can spray it after watering the plants. Then vegetables and fruit waste we can decompose and we can make use of it. And buttermilk, that is also the sour buttermilk. The wasted buttermilk in the house can be used as a nutrient and also as a bio pesticide, bio fungicides for the plants. Then asafoetida powder, that is our perungayam powder, that enhance the flowering and also prevent the flower drop in any type of plants. Then soap nut powder. This soap nut powder can be used with all our spray liquid, so that it will be acting as an adjuvant. அது வந்து ஒரு பசை மாதிரி act ஆகும். So these adjuvants can facilitate the spray liquid. நம்ம தெளிக்கிற அந்த spray liquid வந்து it will uniformly spray around all the areas on the surface area of the plants. For that, we are using the soap nut powder. Then even if you are living in an urban area also, we are able to get cow dung. That is dried cow dung is available in the herbal shops. So the dried cow dung you can make use of it. And the cow urine in the name of chromium also available in the shops. So that also we can make use of it. And with this we can make amrita karasal, panchagavya things. At a small level we can make use of it. And we can use that fish waste, and we can make fish amino acids. And buttermilk, with buttermilk we can use buttermilk nutrients. So with whatever we are able to, whatever we are having in our household, With that, we can make plant healthy nutrients. So kindly make use of it that, and it is one way of self-sustainable living. So whatever is waste, whatever we feel as waste in our kitchen household, can we make, we can transfer it into a plant nutrient, and thereby once again we are getting a good output from the plants. And by adopting all these things, our wastage, daily domestic waste will be minimized, and henceforth it will be good for our environment as a total. And this preparation is the preparation of the humic acid, because these topics I am little rushing it out, because these itself will take another 1 hour. Then homemade biopesticides and hormones. These are the pest and disease management by using our homemade things we are going to do. But these sticky traps, we have to use it, and we have to buy and use, or we can make it on our own. These sticky traps are monitors of the pest and disease, pest, and at the same time it is also used, can be used as a management measure. So this is a blue sticky trap. Even half of the size can also be used. And as far as house garden is concerned, with this blue sticky trap and this yellow sticky trap can be used. Just a sheet of paper with some stickiness on it. You can just hang it in such a way. One such trap per 200 square feet of area. That's enough. But frequently, once in 3 months, if you want, you can change it up. Here in this blue sticky trap, thrips and leaf miners and some others sucking pest will get attracted, and it will stick on it. So this shows what are the pests and pests are available in your garden. What are the pests are coming or emerging in your garden. These things we can make monitor by using this sticky trap, and at the same time, this sticky trap will also control a manageable amount of pest. As the pest sticks to it, automatically it will die, and the production capacity will also be weakened. So one way it's a monitoring, and another way it's management. Next one is yellow sticky trap. This yellow sticky trap, it will attract aphids, then white flies, because white fly is a major culprit in the home garden, which will give the mosaic virus disease. Then aphids also is the most important thing. Then leaf miners. All these will be monitored here, and at the same time, it will be also. And this trap is exclusive for fruit fly trap. When you are having fruit trees in your home garden, you can hang 1 or 2 with that pheromones inside. Okay, these fruit fly trap, 1 per 2 trees, like that. One trap per 2 trees. If you are having mango, guava, citrus, then you can have this fruit fly trap. And in this fruit fly trap, you have to fill the bottom small level with water, and here the pheromone traps will be kept, and these insects will get trapped in it and fall on the water, and normally it will die. So this is also once again the monitoring system and the management system. These things easily we can adopt in our home garden practices. Then preparation of bio pesticides, we can make all these are there in our household. These type of things we can make use of it, and we can prepare our own bio pesticides. The easiest thing right now I can tell is you can use ginger, onion, garlic, green chilies, and a pinch of turmeric. So mix it all with that, with the skin, and just grind it in the mixie and soak it in water and keep it for 4 hours. Then you take the solution alone and dilute it with 1:10 ratio. So if you are able to get 1 tumbler of that solution, take another 10 tumbler of water and mix it with and spray it on all plants after watering the plants. Whatever you are going to spray, always do after spraying with water, and normally you have to do either in the morning before 8 or after 4 p.m. in the evening. These are the somewhat optimum time. That Bio Pesticides, the ginger garlic extract, that thing you can make use of it. Then buttermilk. Sour buttermilk also, you take 1 tumbler of buttermilk and mix it with 10 tumblers of water, and that you can spray it, and you can add a pinch of turmeric if you want. And even in the ginger garlic extract, when you are going to dilute, no, 1:10, in that you can add 10 ml of neem oil and you can spray it. And when you are going to soak that ginger garlic extract, you can also use chromium, cow's urine, instead of water. Then that asafoetida, that is for flowering, you can make use of it. So like this, we can make the homemade biopesticides. And if at all we are going for some chemical, these are the management things. And another thing, these two things we can always have. Trichoderma viridi and Pseudomonas fluorescens. These you can buy from the shop, and either we can buy it in the liquid form or in the solid form. And these can be mixed with our vermicompost or whatever things, and you can once in a month you can put around the soil, so that it will take care of all the most of the disease things it will take. So for disease, this Trichoderma viridi, Pseudomonas fluorescens, and buttermilk and Panchakarya. For pest management, that cow's urine, Panchakarya, then one the ginger garlic extract. So these parasitoids, these can also we can make use of it. Now many a few companies are supplying this. Mainly in that you can go for red weed bug. This red weed bug can be
மத்தவங்களுக்கு நல்லா வந்துச்சு. இது மட்டும் புதுசா எல்லாம் வருது, ஆனா காஞ்சிருது உடனே, ஏன்னு தெரியல.
This red weed bug can be used to actually this red weed bug will be eating the larvae of pest. So mainly we can make use of this red weed bug as a general predator. Then this parasite dragon, we can make use of it. Lacewing bug. So this lacewing bug, red weed bug, and bragon and trichogramma cod, these are available with many biopesticide sellers, so we can make use of it. And at the same time, these predators will be more in our garden when we grow certain flowers like this marigold, chrysanthemums, like that. So some few plants are there. So better always the home garden should have all these plants, so that your predators will be grown in one plant, and automatically they will make their own ecological unit, and they live with some ecological balance. And mostly in the home garden, and when we are keeping like plants like hibiscus, ixora, tomatoes, brinjal, we are facing with this mealy bugs. So, but this mealy bugs is somewhat a ferocious pest in all home gardens. So controlling is difficult, but we can manage it. First of all, in home garden, normally to get the flowers easily, we will be growing the plant on the ground level. Okay. So first in that you have to make one point very clear. At least some 1 to 1.5 feet of the trunk of your flowering shrub should be free of branches. Normally what we will do, we will be having all the branches from the lower part of the trunk itself. So kindly avoid doing that. At least 1.5 feet, you just make the trunk clear of any branches, so that it will be free of any branches. And always during the mealy bug season, this mealy bug will be first incidence of the mealybug will happen after you see the movement of ants in your garden. So these ants are the carriers of the mealybug. So first you have to control the ants. Either you can attract the ants by keeping a cube of sugar or jaggery, and so that all the ants will come there and you can take and discard it. Or else you can avoid the ants to go to the tip of the flowering plant, mainly hibiscus like that, because first the ant will go to the tip of the tip of the plant, and there they will put the mealybug's egg and they will come to the and come to the other plant. And these are the carriers. Mainly the ants are the carriers of the mealybug eggs. So if you are going to swab the trunk with a little kerosene or with the neem oil or with the coconut oil, the trunk should be of a slippery nature. So if it is of the slippery nature, then the ants won't climb up. That is one way you can make use of it. If you are growing in a pot, at least you can go with the drawing circle around the pot using that Lakshman Rekha, which normally we used to avoid use in a household to avoid ants and cockroaches. So the training and pruning of the tree, sufficient trunk area and free environment. Okay. Then once in a week, go for the spraying of rice kanji. That also will, to certain extent, it will minimize the incidence of the mealybugs. Then, as I earlier I said, trunk you have to spare with oily substance. Then there are some specific predators are available for mealybugs that you can consult with the shops, the bio pesticide suppliers and predator supplier, and you can take that, and you can release some predators in that things. Then mechanical control. Mechanical control, when you are able to see one or two twigs with mealybugs, kindly cut and remove and burn it. That is one way. Then the other way, you can spray chill water forcefully. You can chill water mainly on the under surface of the leaves also. Normally, these mealybugs will be first. We can see the incidence on the lower surface of the leaf. So always when you are spraying neem oil or any any bio pesticides or any spray, always concentrate on the lower surface of the leaves. Then chemical control. If at all these measures went vain, we can go for chemical control with very weak detergent solution. Even our Vim liquid is there. No? You can take some 2 ml and 1 liter and you can spray it. So to a certain extent, it will also control it. If it is going beyond that, then we have to go for the pesticides. But normally, I won't suggest in the home garden. So most probably, as it is a small holding, it will be in a manageable level, so we can manage with all these measures. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me for this lecture. And if you are having any doubts, you can raise it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we had a very good learning from you. Ma'am, is it possible to share that presentation, ma'am?
Okay. Okay, I will need the PowerPoint. No?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I can do it KOVISE ECOVERSITY, or else I will send it to you. So kindly one thing, you people, those who are participated today, kindly share your phone numbers so that I can add in the group and I can send the PowerPoint.
Yes, ma'am.
These presentations will be available in our KOVISE ECOVERSITY YouTube channel too, so that you can view there also. And you can share the link to your friends.
Share my number, ma'am.
Okay. Any other doubts? Okay, then if there is no doubts, then I think I can wind up the session here. Thank you for the participation, and we will kindly share our mobile numbers, and my mobile number, kindly note it down. 73 735 800 7534. So kindly join our WhatsApp group too, so that you can be knowing about our future programs. And for this financial year, we have started the program from today. And every week, one or two programs we are planning. So if you people are interested, I think Nambirajan and Kasinathan sir, I think this year you can give some one or two lectures. And I think Tenmoli madam is also there. So if this time I'm going to give priority for our members, KOVISE ECOVERSITY members, to present their topic of interest. So you people kindly come forward and share your topic of interest and your preferable timings, so that it may be useful for you and for the listeners. So thank you. We will meet you again soon. Thank you.